What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Dr. Ron, the host on this channel, and I talk about everything healthcare. I also make videos about alternative career options for healthcare workers. On today's episode, actually going to be my post as a health content creator, a day in my life as a health content creator. If you watch the previous video where I introduced the concept, the idea I had about this, and yeah, so I guess I'll kick off. I mean, you lead by example. So my a day in my life as a content creator. Today I'm not a medical doctor. So formally, my name is Dr. Ronald Kelechi Igbe, and popularly known as Dr. Ron. And yes, I'm a health content creator. So my job basically entails creating content. So when I say content, it could be audio content, it could be video content, it could be written content, stuff that people read every day, maybe articles, blog posts, newsletters, and all of that. So that's like the broad spectrum of the kind of content I produce. And so basically, I mean, it's wider than this because there's a lot of research involved, there's a lot of scripting, editing, voicing, um, designing, especially thumbnails or covers and all of that. So it's a wide spectrum, but like I said, it's just basically producing audio, video, and written content for consumers, right? And what do I love best about my job? The thing I like about content creation is that it stretches your imagination. So I mean, you don't get bored because you get to experiment with a lot of things, different ideas, different concepts, different trends that are happening in the social media space or even around you or where you stay. So constantly you're always thinking, what can I do, how can I do this better, and all of that. So I think that's what I really like about the job. It keeps your imagination up and running all the time. So the highlights of my day, I think maybe like the major highlight is the creative process itself of producing either an audio content or a video content or written content. So for example, if I was going to do an article, maybe a 500 word or a 1,000 word article, I mean, I have to look at the topic I'm writing about. I have to do a lot of research about the topic. I mean, what's the latest about it? What's the updates? What are the what is research saying about that? And yeah, you need to have that insight into what you're writing about. Then by the time you're done with your research, I need to start worrying about what's the structure going to be like, how is the introduction going to be like, how do I introduce the topic, I mean, an interesting line or hook or something. You need to worry about how the body is going to be like, then your conclusion, considering the word count and all of that. Then you also bear in mind the kind of audience you're writing for. The way I write for healthcare professionals is not typically the way I write for, normal consumers who want medical information broken down to the simplest language. So then after that, putting pen to paper itself, or opening a Word document and starting to type on your laptop or Mac or whatever you type. Then when I'm done with that, then sitting back to like read the draft, look for grammatical errors, corrections, and all of that. And luckily, there are a couple of apps that help us as writers. You have things like Grammarly, you have things like Quillbot, and you get to enjoy them, especially if you're on the premium or paid plans of some of these apps. So they really help us in that process. If I'm doing videos, I have to also do some bit of research about the topic I'm talking about. You have to shoot the video, and I mean, there are several takes to a video before you get it right. Then you now talk about editing, post editing, designing covers or thumbnails and all of that. Then getting to now see when you're done editing, seeing the final, work and all of that. So I think that's the major highlight of my day. Then one misconception about my job, I'll probably talk about two. The first one, it's they think it's easy. I mean, content creation is not easy in any way. I'll say that a million times because of the reasons I mentioned before. There's a lot of research involved, a lot of writing involved. There's a lot of editing, drafting, reading, editing, drafting until you come out with the final product. I mean, it will surprise you to see that like a 1 minute video takes a lot of energy to produce. So that's one common misconception. And secondly, another one, I think people think it's cheap. It's not cheap to produce content because of some of the gears you buy for all of that: cameras, microphones, paying for apps and all of that. So it really doesn't come cheap. And what motivates me? Yeah, the my primary motivation is usually the feedback I get from persons who probably watch a video and say, "Oh wow, that video was really insightful or informative. I like it." Or some people have been able to take a decision because of what they heard from the videos, or because I try to clarify on certain issues. So that clarity also gives me some motivation or push to do more content out there. Or a client comes back and say, "We want to work with you again." That's validation to say, you're really, really doing great. So I think that's it for me. And it's a process. So, and yeah, I think it's evolved over time. So, I mean, I started from, I'll probably share a couple of pictures of what it's been so far from me. And maybe I'll just do a video separately about my process of doing my creation and all of that. So yes, that's what a day in my life like a content creator looks like. So it's tough, but it's rewarding. And yeah, most times we work from home. So typically we work remotely, you're home most of the time. So you might have to battle shuttling if your family is around, yeah, all of the distractions. And yeah, but finally somehow we just get to get the job done, really. So that's my day in my life as a health content creator. So if you enjoyed this, please give us a like, subscribe if you've not, and share the channel or video with other persons. And I look forward to also getting your own videos of what your day looks like every day in whatever you do in the healthcare space. Until I come your way in the next episode, I still remain your host, Dr. Ron. Bye for now.